This CoinWeek Podcast is brought to you by PCGS. Stay up to date on the bullion market and changing coin values with the PCGS Rare Coin Market Report. Simply sign up with your email address on pcgs.com/rcmr to get the daily report sent straight to your inbox. This week, I'm recording the CoinWeek Podcast from my house. My son is home sick with the flu, and I'm finishing up some last-minute business before we pack up our gear and head to Baltimore to film the final Pogue auction. I wanted to talk to you about being in a collecting rut. I'll tell you what I mean after the music. I'm in a rut. It's probably been 3 or 4 months since I've added anything of substance to my collection. And the last time something significant came to the market, I got blown out of the water by another bidder for a rare 3-piece metal set that once belonged to Shirley Temple Black. Actually, the item didn't go for all that much money over melt, but it was more than I wanted to spend at the moment, and I thought I might be able to pull out a lucky win since the cataloger seemed to have no idea what he had, at least when it came to the precious metals content of the set. But a last-minute nuclear bid proved me wrong. I suspect the auction house still has access or ownership of the piece, but I'm in no hurry to reach out. Like I said, I'm in a rut. A couple of years ago, I sold nearly all of my U.S. coin collection. I was just ready to get out of it, and the timing seemed right. Since then, U.S. coin prices have come down a bit. The material I sold especially so. I don't claim to have any special foresight into the dip in prices. I just recognized that the difference in cost between what I had and what I wanted was about the same cost as a new Lamborghini. And since I had the 5th or 6th best set in the registry, I figured that there weren't too many other people out there willing to forego a supercar for a set of coins. Common sense. That's when I got into what I'm collecting now. Modern world coins struck for developing world countries as part of the Food and Agriculture Organization's World Money Program. As I have heard one of my favorite coin writers tell it, the FAO coin program had about half of its 15 minutes of fame back in the late 1960s during the world coin boom. Since then, not so much. He's probably right. I know that there are other collectors of the material out there. I don't win every auction I enter. I track sales prices online. I see material regularly changing hands at various price points. I got into collecting FAO coins after winning an online auction for a silver Egyptian pound graded PCGS MS67. The label said FAO, and after learning what it was, from that moment on, I was hooked. These are definitely not the most beautiful coins ever struck. Most of them are, well, pitiful. But it was the unified message of food security and the mishmash of struggling and emerging countries that participated in the program that drew my interest. Coins definitely have a propaganda element to them, and it was curious to see so many coins from so many flawed and failed governments promoting a very basic human idea, food for all. It also turns out that this is a quite complex set to collect. The main reference I used was published by Italian collector Attilio Armiento. He suggests that there are more than 1,400 FAO coins of all types, dates, and varieties. The FAO also commissioned and sold metals in gold, silver, and bronze. All told, I'm guessing a complete FAO numismatic collection would approach 1,900 or 2,000 pieces. I don't know if a complete set of all of it has ever been assembled. In the beginning, I bought everything I could get my hands on: albums, books, collections, single coins, certified coins. I worked hard to fill holes in the classic sense. I studied up. I began to pay attention to strike characteristics and quality. I formed my own hypotheses about the importance of the series in terms of the development of the modern world coin market. I found it revelatory to learn about the relationships between the major mints and their client countries, and how some of these countries retained the bonds of business relationships that formed under colonialism. Collecting coins is more about the coins, as you can see. It always is. After a while, I set a goal for myself, pedestrian as it is, to build a complete set in the highest grade I could find. As there aren't too many Bangladeshi coins and certified holders, much of this work would have to be done in the raw. I searched and searched for the nicest examples, built a library of submission candidates for the issues I needed, and built orders. My grading eye continues to improve, and I've had better success with making high-end world coins in the raw than I did when I built my US sets. My grading eye improved to the point that I stopped buying certified coins from other sellers because I usually knew that I'd find better examples if I kept looking. And because modern world coins have become the Wild West in terms of sellers asking for unreasonable sums of money for coins just because the pops are low. It's not uncommon to see a low pop base metal world coin in gem be offered for $60 or $100 when the coins typically come way better in the raw for $2 or $3. If I'm going to pay real money for a certified modern world coin, the grade better be uncommonly nice. So far, assembling the set has been fun and enlightening. I've picked up a few pieces that I had considered stoppers. I've spent more time considering the efficacy of submitting a coin worth pennies for grading just so that I can upgrade another coin worth pennies that I had submitted earlier. I've also been able to work with PCGS to get the set included in their set registry so I can track my progress. In short, I'm collecting coins and doing numismatics, which is great. I built a large spreadsheet and started to develop a catalog system for the metals, which to my knowledge has never been done before. Fantastic. Yet, still I find myself in a rut. I bought no new coins in quite a while, and yet I don't mind. I'm in no hurry. There's no success point or failure point in my opinion. What I've learned in the past several years as a numismatist is that the coins are never more important than the journey. That the true value of collecting is having a point of reference and context that makes the coin meaningful. Sure, you can hold a $1804 in your hand and be told that it's a multi-million-dollar coin and feel like it's special. But if you have absolutely no context for the piece, then all you'll ever see it as is an old hunk of metal. I talked to a friend of mine in the business about the FAO series and its propaganda value. And from that conversation, I was fortunate enough to take a trip around the world to meet up with many of the world mints that made these coins. I've also had conversations with the last director of the FAO program in Rome and picked up a few of his personal pieces. I dug into the business side of world collector coins and minting in a way that I had never considered before. In total, it's made me much better at what I do. So even if I haven't picked up a piece in a while, there's always a chance that something real cool will turn up tomorrow. And when that day comes, I'll be in a much better position to appreciate it than I would have been when I got started. And that's the whole reason why we collect coins in the first place. So while I may be in a rut, I know that I'll dig myself out of it. If you like this podcast, please share it with your friends. Remember, you can download all 60 plus episodes of the CoinWeek Podcast for free from the iTunes store. If you're over at iTunes, please leave us a review. Your comments and feedback do help us improve the program. For CoinWeek, I'm editor Charles Morgan. Until next time, happy collecting.